A society to have order and to protect its citizens must have rules. Rules or laws are created and agencies are formed to enforce the rules. In the United States, you are innocent until proven guilty. Our judicial system, our courts, have the task of determining guilt. When guilt is found, the courts mete out the consequences. If we follow the rules of our society, we may never have to face the bar of justice inside a criminal courtroom. Join us now as we see an actual Lake County court in session.
I'm Judge Miller. Could all of you, including visitors, please raise your right hands? Do each of you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and this you do under the pains and penalty of perjury? Okay, you can put your hands down. Each of you has a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. When you get to the microphone, I need to know if you're under 18. I need to know if you're not a citizen of the United States. Pleading today will affect your immigration status. I need to know if you're on probation or parole because pleading today could affect your probation or parole status. If you plead today, you're giving up your right to have a trial and to have an attorney represent you at that trial. If I sentence you today on a criminal case, then you have to go down to room 105 and either pay the mandatory costs or sign up for the payment plan. Today, we're being tape recorded and videotaped. All right, we're going to start with in custodies. Next, we have Jesse Klug. Klug, is that how you pronounce it? Klugy. Mr. Klugy, you are charged with driving while license suspended, driving under the influence, and a violation of probation for reckless driving. Mr. Stevenson, a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. For Mr. Kluge, we're seeking an adjudication of guilt, 12 months of probation, no early termination, so he's got to do the full 12 months. We're looking for 29 days in Lake County Jail, $1,500, 12-month driver's license revocation, 50 hours of community service, a level 2 DUI school, alcohol evaluation and any recommended treatment, no alcohol while on probation, 10-day vehicle immobilization, a 6-month ignition interlock, a victim awareness panel, 30 days on a scram monitor, and as to the violation of probation, an adjudication of guilt and 29 days in Lake County Jail concurrent with this other sentence I just read. Probation would be revoked and terminated, all mandatory costs assessed.
All right, you didn't separate out the different charges. The $1,500 is total?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, and so we have to break it down for the 3 different cases.
Well, 1,500. For 5536.
Are you interested in that offer at all, or do you want me to appoint the public defender?
I'm interested in that.
Okay. The community service hours are not required on a second DUI, so are those for one of the other counts?
Well, it's not a second DUI, it's his first.
It's the first DUI, Your Honor.
This says a second.
Your Honor, they counted his wet reckless as a prior DUI. So it's
So this is his first, so it's mandatory. All right, then we have to regroup. All right, it was over a .15, and so it's the higher end conditions, and the community service is mandatory. So the scram is the extra thing, and you wanted scram because he had a wet reckless prior. Okay. So we have a deal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're giving up your right to have an attorney and to have a trial on that and a hearing on the violation of probation.
Yes.
Probation's terminated. All right,
But of course, a whole new 12 months of probation.
yes, that's right. Your old probation's terminated, but you have a whole new 12 months on the new one. Is it written down? Okay, yellow sticky. And that's Mr. Klug. Alicia Taylor to the microphone, please. Ms. Taylor, you're charged with driving while license suspended. You had this same charge earlier this year in Marion County.
Yes, ma'am. The first
but
was-
for a different reason. This one is for child support. Have you paid your child support and gotten your license back?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you show us your license, please?
I can't show you my license. I have to wait for my paper. I went to court on the 28th. That's why I assumed that my license was okay, because I actually filed my paperwork to go to court to keep my license from being suspended. I went on the last day. With it being so late, they filed it the day after.
Okay.
But-
The date they give you,
Right.
that's the day the suspension starts. So if they say
It
your
was-
suspension is Monday, then 1 minute after midnight that starts Monday, you're suspended.
I had filed my paperwork for court on the 3rd of July. My license was suspended on August 13th. So I don't understand why that had happened, because I had complied with them. They had told me that my court date was on the 28th. I went to the court date on the 28th. Child support was dropped. There are no more payments being made.
So you're
Child support-
thinking maybe it was a mistake that this suspension was on your record?
I had talked to the lady yesterday, and the child support attorney that I had talked to on the 28th, his assistant had checked for me. She said that when I had filed for the court to go to court, I had gotten there right before the courthouse had closed, because I can't drive that well. I'm on workers' comp. I have nerve damage. When I had put my paperwork in, it was right before they had closed. So my paperwork was processed the following day. So they're saying that it was my fault that I didn't get it in on time. So
This was in Marion County?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so then... you
So it
have
is
to-
my fault that I was driving on a suspended, but I was not aware that my license was suspended because I had turned my paperwork in on the last day. I wasn't aware that they had processed it the following day. So, but my child support is taken care of. All of my back child support, the child support was dropped because I do live with their father.
And what about the card?
I'm waiting for my paperwork for them saying that it was reinstated. I have to take that paper, the lady said I had to take that paper after it's mailed out and take it to the DMV to get my license back. And that was over the holiday weekend, so I haven't gotten the mail yet from her sending it out on Friday.
If you live with the father, why are you having to pay child support?
It wasn't taken care of. We thought that we had done everything that we needed to do. Come to find out, because he was receiving benefits, we did not know that we had to get rid of his benefits. So when we went to court on the 28th, they got rid of the food stamps,
If I give
all
you
that
a
stuff.
month, can you come back in here with everything taken care of?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to try that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to put some language in here, if it's all right with the state, that if she gets it taken care of in the next month, she can just go to the traffic window and we'll reduce it to a civil. She has no priors. And this was, oh, I'm mistaken, she does have a prior.
I have
That's right.
this suspended in February.
That's right. Never mind. I will see you in a month.
Okay.
All right, you're present, you waive speedy trial, and we will see you October 10th, 2012 at 8 a.m. Defendant to fix DL. And if you can get a letter or anything else that helps your argument, get it, all that stuff. Erica Sassnet, please. Next, we have Mitchell Reiner. Ms. Sassnet, you are charged with driving while license suspended. Your license was suspended for DUI. This is jail time. Today, the offer's 10 days. After today, it can go up to 2 months.
If I was to do the 10 days, would it be consecutive with the charge that I have tomorrow?
The charge you have, okay, you have another charge.
Back tomorrow, and I was wondering if
Okay, hang on, let me see what that one is. That's a second DUI. How old are you?
25.
So what are you doing about your alcohol problem?
I plan on getting help, but
What kind of help?
I do want to go to classes, like maybe AA and stuff like that, but.
Is there anyone in your family who has a sugar problem, diabetes, hypoglycemia, or anyone else in your family who has an alcohol problem?
Not that I know of, not that I'm aware of.
Were you raised by your natural parents?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to talk to them because I'm almost positive that someone in your family has a sugar problem because this runs in families. And you need to go to a medical doctor and have yourself checked out for any sugar problems because apparently you're addicted to alcohol and you need some help fighting that. And everyone I've ever known who's addicted to alcohol has a health issue, that they don't process sugar properly. All right, State, what are we talking about? She's got a case tomorrow, tomorrow. Do you have an offer that incorporates that also?
You have a public defender on the DUI.
Is that a DUI, I believe?
Second DUI.
I believe she has the public defender on that case, and I think we are looking at a bond revocation coming up.
Uh-oh, we have 2 records on her also. She was suspended for 6 months in July on the first DUI. What's happening to that DUI? Are you on probation for it?
That's complete. I got my driver's license back October of last year for completing that, and that was in Tennessee.
But you didn't get your driver's license back. You're suspended for 6 months. Oh, maybe that's this one.
First offense last year, second offense this year. Reinstated on the first offense, second on the second offense.
Ah, okay, then I misspoke about jail, perhaps. 722. Okay, so this 6-month suspension was because she blew over the legal limit. So the driving while license suspended, yes, but that is on that 6-month suspension blow, so it is jail time. Okay, you got suspended for blowing over the legal limit, and then you're charged with driving, that is jail time. And then she wants to know, can she be sentenced on both? And since you have the public defender, why don't we wait and do them both tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am. I would much rather do that.
Okay, not guilty for now, and we're continuing it till tomorrow so she can have her attorney with her. We'll see you tomorrow. Could I have Mitchell Reiner, please?
And Your Honor, while you're dealing with that, so it's my understanding that you're not revoking bond on Ms. Sassonette?
Okay, Mr. Stevenson, she's out on bond on the DUI and got the new driving while license suspended. So-
And according to my esteemed colleague, Ms. Tayo Papula, one of our assistant state attorneys, sent down a bond revocation?
Here it is. All right, could you back up, and Ms. Sassonette, could you come on up to the microphone? Ms. Sassonette, I did not realize that the state had filed a motion to revoke your bond because while you were out on bond on the DUI, you got the driving while license suspended. How did you get here today?
My aunt bought me.
Were you expecting to go into custody today? You just want a concurrent time?
No, ma'am. I didn't know I was going to go into custody today. When I talked to my public defender, he said that my bond had not been revoked because I had not pleaded on the driving while suspended yet, which would be today.
And who brought you here today?
My aunt.
Aunt, could you come on down with her, please? Your bond should have been revoked 2 weeks ago.
Yes, ma'am.
Since we've waited this long, I will let you go home, but expect to go into custody tomorrow. There's no way around it, so be prepared to go into custody tomorrow. That's not a shock to you, right? Or that is a shock to you?
Yeah.
Anyone who drives on a license suspended for DUI goes to jail.
Okay.
And I can send you to jail right now and we'll bring you over from the jail tomorrow. But you came in here in good faith and your attorney didn't know this had been filed, and we've waited this long. But if you're caught driving, if you get any law violation tonight, throwing away the key.
Yes, ma'am.
So our preference is that we go ahead and send you to jail right now, but that doesn't seem like the fairest thing to do at the moment. So I'll wait till tomorrow. But if you don't show up tomorrow, it will be a whole lot of jail time.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly how much time will I have to do tomorrow?
It's a minimum of 10 days. You were arrested originally?
Yes, ma'am.
How much time did you do?
A day.
So you have 9 days left. All right, so be prepared when you come in tomorrow. Mr. Stevenson, thank you for pointing it out. I'm going to wait and do it tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you then.
Did you appoint the PD on this Willis so that they can do a glove? Yes, okay.
On who?
On Miss Asnett, the PD on the Willis, but Miss Anderson.
Appointed the PD, yes. Mitchell Reiner, sorry. Everyone was telling me I forgot you except you. You were sitting there quietly. Mr. Reiner's charged with driving while license suspended. He has a prior in Seminole County from this month. He's suspended for no proof of insurance, and his insurance has been canceled. Why didn't you go and get insurance?
I've got to wait till I got some stuff coming from the state of Virginia showing that I've cleared in that state. I have a paper from Washington showing I'm cleared in that state before I can get my
At this
license.
point, Mr. Reiner, if you were to plead today, it's jail time, because you certainly should have known you were suspended since you got stopped in Seminole County and they told you were suspended.
Yes,
So you had no business driving in Lake County till you got all this straightened out.
yes, ma'am.
If you plead today, it's jail. Do you think you'll get anything accomplished in a month trying to get it straightened out? You need 2 months?
I'm unemployed, so I'll need as much time as you can give me.
How did you get here today?
My son brought me.
Not only are you driving again after you already know you're suspended, but then you allegedly failed to stop for a school bus.
Yes, ma'am. I wasn't paying attention.
I assume no children were hurt or you'd be in felony court now.
Yeah, nobody was hurt.
Thank goodness. You weren't paying attention driving around a school bus is not a good thing. You know, I don't think anything is going to change if I gave you more time. Because even if you came in with it fixed, you're still it's going to be 5 days in jail. Were you arrested on this?
No, ma'am.
Well, if you want to plead today, we'll make it 5 days in jail or 3 weekends in the week. Well, I guess not, just 5 days in jail. It isn't fixed. It'll be 5 days in jail, and you have the failure to stop for the school bus. That's a $271 ticket. If you plead today and you go to jail today, I'll let your jail time pay the fine.
What's my other options besides
You
going
can
to jail?
say not guilty. You can have a trial if you want, but if you're found guilty, you can be sentenced up to a year in jail. So it's really one extreme to the other. I can say you were allegedly driving on this day, but you probably know that you were. And if you're found guilty, today is the blue light special of 5 days. Who brought you here?
My son.
Son, come on down so you can talk about it. If you go to jail right now, a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you get out Sunday. If you maintain you're not guilty plea and you're found guilty, the state can ask for up to a year. They won't ask for that much, but they can ask for up to a year. If you don't think the state can prove you were suspended, or you don't think the state can prove you were driving, then
Can you look at this paperwork here where I went to court before? Like I say, I'm still have to wait for some paperwork from West Virginia.
Mr. Reiner, do you have a valid Florida driver's license?
No, ma'am.
Then, Mr. Reiner, are you allowed to drive on the streets and highways of Florida?
No, ma'am.
Right? The charge is you did a second time. So I'm sorry that you're having a hard time fixing it. But the fact is you shouldn't have been driving. And this shows another one in Orange County. Oh my goodness. He had a driving with no license in Lake, and then I don't know why you gave me this paperwork that shows
Well, that was-
another driving while license suspended in Orange County.
Yeah, but that was the state of Florida said my license weren't suspended. And then I had something out there from Washington and something from Virginia. And I've been trying to get that straightened out.
Well, you're suspended because you do not have insurance. That's the reason you're suspended, because you don't have insurance. Same reason you got the ticket in Seminole County, because you don't have insurance. And when you got the charge in Seminole County, you should have realized you were not allowed to drive. Right, this was from a year ago. This said you got a temporary license which expired in February.
Right.
So after that, you couldn't drive unless you got your permanent one.
But they wouldn't let me, DMV wouldn't let me get the driver's license.
Then you knew you didn't have one. And this is your second time getting caught driving this year. After looking at the record more closely, it should probably be way more than the 5 days offered today. So today it's 5 days. After today, after the next 30 seconds, the 5 days is gone.
And you're also, well, Your Honor, while we're at it, could we also discuss the effect that driving while license suspendeds have upon your habitualization?
If you get 3 driving while license suspendeds within a 5-year period, Tallahassee takes your license for 5 years. This is your second. The one in Orange was dropped.
Okay.
Can I try to get all this straightened out? I mean, is there any way I...
Still jailed because you got this charge in Seminole County a few months ago, so you knew you were suspended, so you shouldn't have been driving.
Okay, I'll get a lawyer.
All right, you're present. You enter a not guilty plea, and you'll secure your own counsel. Mr. Broadway, come up. Mr. Broadway, you had a valid driver's license last month, so why'd we put it off?
Oh, I had to get the tag for the trailer.
Okay, and we'll dismiss it if you have your trailer tag. Could you hand that to the prosecutor, please?
It is valid, Your Honor.
So we're dismissing count 2, and what are we doing on count 1? The tag issue is with the trailer also.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to dismiss the civil also. Then we have driving a vehicle in unsafe condition.
That's because the trailer was not plugged in properly.
If you enter a no contest plea, I would withhold a finding of guilt, and I'll waive the fine, but I want this on your record because if you get another charge like this, we need to know you've already been warned. Okay, now back to the criminal charge of expired driver's license, more than 6 months. You have your valid now, right?
That was taken care of.
Okay. I don't think we took care of it. We're going to change it to a civil. and you'll have 6 months to pay. Can you change count 1 to a civil, 6 months to pay? All right, we'll get to your paperwork in just a moment. Thank you for bringing everything back. Now, Mr. Dickens. Mr. Dickens is charged with driving while license suspended and not wearing his seatbelt. Mr. Dickens, you have 1, 2, 3 prior driving while license suspended. This time it looks like you've been suspended since 2007. So all of those driving while license, almost all of them were on the same suspension. And they were all within 5 years. So if you plead to this today, you're going to jail, and Tallahassee will take your license for 5 years.
Get a public defender, Your Honor?
Yep, I will give you a public defender. I don't know how you can convince a jury that this is something different than it appears to be. You're present, you enter a not guilty plea. How much do you make a week?
About 200.
I'll appoint the public defender. There'll be a $250 minimum charge for their services. So that offer can be off the table up to the state. So today the offer is 15 days in jail and you lose your license for 5 years. I've appointed the public defender. You need to go make an appointment. Don't you dare get any new law violations because you will go to jail with no bond. Okay, Darren Fennel. Okay, Mr. Fennel, you are charged with a first offense DUI. Most people with a DUI would like to talk to an attorney before they decide what to do. Do you want us to make you an offer, or do you want to enter your not guilty plea?
I guess I'll hear the offer and then enter.
All right, Mr. Stevenson, Darrell Fennel.
Yes, Your Honor, and as I'm sure you can inform Mr. Fennel that the big fat statute book here somewhere tells me what I have to offer him in this case, so there's not really a lot of negotiation. For a first offense, driving under the influence with a blow over .15, we'd be looking at an adjudication of guilt, 12 months of probation, a $1,000 fine, a 12-month driver's license revocation, 50 hours of community service, no buyout, you actually have to do 50 hours, level 1 DUI school, an alcohol evaluation, and any recommended treatment, no alcohol, a 10-day vehicle immobilization, 6-month ignition interlock, and a victim awareness panel.
Was this a refusal?
No, Your Honor, he blew quite healthily.
What was the blow?
.234 and .228, Your
Oh,
Honor.
my. That's not what I have. I have that it's a refusal.
I later
Wait,
blew
there's
this.
another. You,
It said something about a purge fail too, the intoxilizer machine.
it says he blew, and then the machine said it didn't purge itself correctly. I've not seen that after the 2 blows. So then the officer was concerned enough that he said, okay, let's do it all over again. And Mr. Fennel said, enough's enough. I've already blown. I'm not blowing again. Something like that. But there are some questions about the breath test. I've not seen this before. So if you want to plead today, we're locked into what the offer is. It won't change. You could be sentenced to jail, but that's not part of the offer, and it won't be part of the offer next time we see you. And you may want to talk to an attorney about what happened with the breath test.
Okay, I'll do that, I guess.
Okay, you're going to get a private attorney?
Would I be able to be appointed a public defender?
How much do you make a week?
I'm currently unemployed right now.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender. There'll be a $250 minimum charge for their services, and one of these gentlemen will explain how you find them.